10 WLAC.
Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
Welcome back to the show, For Caregivers, about caregivers, hosted by a caregiver. This is Hope for the Caregiver. HopeForTheCaregiver.com. If you're following along on Facebook Live, it is Hope for the Caregiver. And we're glad you're with us. You know who wrote that song, John?
I know who sang it, but it is this sounds like a trick question. I'm treading lightly.
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. Ah, that makes total. Of course I knew that. What am I thinking? Yeah, my brother has a Neil Diamond, playlist.
One of my
It's just
all-time favorite quotes from all-time favorite movies. What about Bob? When Bob was talking with Richard Dreyfuss, Bob Wiley.
This is I missed this movie.
You have not seen What About Bob?
Everybody loves this movie. And I have been actually
we need to stop
actively
right now.
avoiding this
No,
out
no.
of spite, sir.
No.
Thank
You must watch
all right.
this movie.
Okay.
Every
okay.
caregiver needs to watch this movie.
Understood. Okay.
And he looks at Bob. He looks at Richard Dreyfuss, and he says, "There are two kinds of people in this world: those who like Neil Diamond and those who don't."
Okay.
Listen. Welcome back to this show. If you want to be on the show, 800-688-9522, 800-688-9522, and
This is despite all appearances, Hope for the Caregiver.
It is despite all appearances. We're all about laughter today. That's our caregiver tip of the day. Our caregiver tip of the day. Yes.
Sorry, I had to kick the intern.
Never mind. My brain just had a collision with my mouth.
I'm so glad that you came out of that unscathed.
And so did the rest of you. Hey, listen, we're just thrilled to have you along. And the show is presented by Standing with Hope. Standing with Hope is the ministry Gracie and I founded many, many years ago. We have two program areas. Our vision is a ministry to the wounded and those who care for them. And we have two program areas. One is for Gracie's fellow amputees, prosthetic limbs, that we've been providing to amputees in West Africa now for over 12 years in the country of Ghana. And we service people from all the way as far away as Nigeria. And they come to the clinic there where we have trained and equipped local workers on how to build prosthetic limbs for their own people. And it's a great work. When Gracie gave up her legs, this was her vision. And then the second program is to the family caregiver, and that's what this show is all about. That's what we're doing, and we are grateful. And this time of year, we could use your help with it. We're going into the end of the year. We want to finish the end of the year strong so that we can take this show into new and increasingly bigger markets and so forth, because the need is so vast. 65 million caregivers, and the numbers are growing. The divorce rate in families with with a disability. And if you have a disability, you got a caregiver, the divorce rate is 89 and some change percent. 72% of the caregivers don't even see their own doctor. 47% of the caregivers are in the workforce. Now think about that, juggling full-time work and serving as a caregiver. It's affecting every part of our lives. Standing with Hope that's what this is all about, to help equip caregivers, the wounded and those who care for them, to stand with hope. We do it literally through prosthetics, and we do it on a heart level through this show, and we could welcome your support at standingwithhope.com. And you'll see a little bit more about the prosthetic limb outreach, because some of you all know of somebody who's passed away or outgrown a prosthetic limb. We'll take them. You could send in a used prosthetic limb, and it goes to a local prison that's run by Core Civic. Now, Core Civic is one of the many programs they have for inmates, and inmates volunteer to do this. And they will disassemble all these used devices that come in, and we'll all the way down sometimes to the screw level. And we'll take all the parts that can be recycled, and we'll send them over to West Africa, where they'll be used to build a custom-fitted brand new socket and a prosthetic limb for an amputee over there. And we get limbs in all over, from Alaska to Miami, and from Maine to California. They come in all over the country to this prison, and the inmates will do this, and they love doing it. They've expressed to me, I go over to the prison often and spend time with the guys. In fact, because it's a short-term prison, John, we're always having to constantly train guys to do this.
Oh, right on.
So, to let them know what the deal is and so forth. And it's a great program, standingwithhope.com. caregivers.com if you want to see more. John, the show just flew by.
It always does, because it is always such a pleasure, Peter.
Well, listen, don't try this alone as a caregiver. Take that to the bank. Go out to the website, standingwithhope.com or hopeforthecaregiver.com, and see all the resources that we have for you. Books, CDs, videos, whatever. We got it. If you're doing it, we're there to help you do it. And we're committed to it. Listen, thank you so much for taking your time this afternoon. I can't wait to see you next Sunday. And there's more available at hopeforthecaregiver.com. John, see you next week.
See you next week.